I remember Tank when he was younger, man. So he's getting what he deserves, and he is where he's supposed to be right now.
This is Jonathan Aguilar, Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Derrick Jackson here in Las Vegas in the exact same spot as last interview.
Exactly.
How's things going?
Amazing, bro. What about yourself?
Yeah, not bad at all. Good to catch up. Let's start with who you've been working with. So last weekend, great win for Bruce Shakur Carrington in New York. Talk to us about that and the work that went into the camp.
Oh man, first I want to say thank you. We have been working extremely hard, man. Bruce really, he's dedicated. He's focused, and he takes what he does serious. Training was great. I love what I do.
So talk to us about working with Bruce, because he seems like a really hard worker, and it seems like it's now sort of paying off. So tell us about your role in getting him to that, because working with the S&C stuff.
I think it's more about working with Bruce. Is more about the chemistry. We have a great chemistry together. It's organic, so when him and I get together, it's an automatic lock-in. I come to work, he come to train. We have an understanding, and again, he takes what he does serious, and so do I. So it makes it that much easier for both of us to really complete the mission.
Is it that's what's the key here, where the fight has to be as dedicated as the S&C coach? 100%.
And I would definitely say the chemistry is the most important to me, because you can have two great individuals together, but if it don't mix, then it's nothing there.
And that win the other week puts him in line for those big fights, right?
Yes, correct. And whenever Shushu tells me that we up for the next opponent or training camp, I'll be ready.
You had another fight win a few months ago, I think now, Sandy Ryan.
Yes.
Talk to us about how she's developed under what you've been doing, because obviously she just moved to Vegas for her training camp, so you wouldn't have had that much time with her, right?
Yeah, correct. She came to Vegas for the camp, and Coach K let me know and reached out to me. He put it together. He saw the vision, and when I got with Sandy, she's another person that is committed to what she does. And again, our chemistry was great, so the chemistry is everything, man. And when Sandy and I got together, it was game over.
What goes into S&C? Do you plan the whole program for however long you work with each other, 8 weeks, or is it day by day? How do you sort of plan it out?
Well, I come to assess the fighter first, and once I do my assessment, then I know what I need to work on with the fighter. And I do make the plans. It's not just day to day. I actually take my time and put together a regimen for that particular fighter.
And how closely do you have to work with their head trainer? Because I guess the head trainer will want them to be at a certain optimum, or they won't want them peaking too early. Is that something that also you have to be communicating with the trainer?
Absolutely. The head trainer is the person that I listen to, and if, for example, if Coach K tell me something in particular, that's what I follow. I don't go against anything he tells me, so because he's the head coach for a reason.
That's Coach K. Karoma in DLX.
Yep.
Derrick, let's talk about Saturday night, Gervonta Davis knocking out Frank Martin. Well, how did you assess the fight?
Oh man, that was a great fight, man. Of course, I was going for Tank. Excuse me. It was a great fight. I think that Tank did what he normally does. He waits out his opponent to see what he is working with, and then from that point on, he just takes it from there. I believe Frank gave it his best. He gave it his all. He went 8 rounds with Tank. I believe it was 8 rounds. And, you know, he stood his ground as long as he could.
In terms of Tank, you know, I think he was actually training in DLX for the camp. I don't know how much you saw of him, but I mean, did you see him training much in DLX?
No, I wasn't there. Yeah, but I do know he was there training with Shushu to be exact, and a few other guys in the gym. However, I heard it was a great camp that he had, and it showed. It showed this Saturday. You know, Tank is a great performer. He's a great fighter. He's been that way. And again, I remember Tank when he was younger, man. So he's getting what he deserves, and he is where he's supposed to be right now.
Shakur Stevenson against Tank. Who do you think would win?
Tank. You know what? It'd be a great fight for sure. I like Shakur. I watched him here Top Rank spar several times, and he's great at what he does as well. However, I just believe Tank is just different. He's special. Very.
I mean, you're in a bit of a unique position because you've seen Shakur train. I'm sure you would have seen Devin and Tank train. So does that give you sort of the insight, you know, into how these fights would play out a bit?
Yeah, man. It's moments like those that just make you feel, you know, just make you feel different. You know, you get to see it face to face, up front, close and personal. You know, and to see these guys spar in the ring during their training camp, it's amazing. It's amazing. You know.
When you saw, you know, Tank train and Shakur train, what impressed you the most about them?
Well, for Tank, I have not seen Tank train in person, but for Shakur, what impressed me the most was that his conditioning. You know, that's what I look for in a fighter. You know, I specialize in that, so I look for that. And his conditioning was through the roof. I mean, Shakur sparred about, I would say, I think that day was 12 rounds, 4-minute rounds, and I think it was like 30-second rest in between. And he was back in the middle of the ring, ready to spar. So that was super impressive, you know, to see that. And in fact, it might have been 15 rounds. It may have been 50. Don't quote me, but he went 12 for sure. And I mean, to see him back in the middle of the ring within 30 seconds, not breathing hard, I knew for a fact he was in shape. And also his skill set. He has a great set of skills in the ring, so that has to be acknowledged as well.
Just finally, you know, and it's I guess a bit of a difficult subject, if you want to say, because I know he trains in DLX, but obviously Caleb Plant and Ryan Garcia have been having a bit of a back and forth. I don't know how much you've seen of it, but you know, do you think, you know, Ryan's crossed a line, you know, with some of the posts he's been saying about Caleb's wife and, you know, allegations of what may or may not happen between him and Caleb's wife? Do you think he's crossed the line here?
Man, you know, one thing I will say is that I stay out of other people's business. And if those two was to get into the ring with each other, I think it'd be a great fight due to the fact of what's been happening outside of the ring and what has been said outside of the ring. That's what I will say.
Nicely put. Coach DJ, tell everyone where to follow you.
I am Derrick Jackson on all social media platforms. All social media platforms. I am Derrick Jackson. Coach, DJ, strength and conditioning.
There you go. DJ, good to speak to you again, and I'll speak to you soon.
Same to you, bro. It's always a pleasure when I see you. You know that for sure. Always.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey. Great chemistry, bro.
Absolutely.
And, you know what I mean?